Eyes up here.
You have failed this city.
Wow. I know, right? Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Welcome. Okay. It's you the right. What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
But that is being human.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Watchtower. I apologize. I know it's late. I sound a little under the weather. I do apologize for that. And my screen is all messed up. I don't know what's going on with that either. But I'm here. And that's why I didn't have a show yesterday. I'm sure you can tell my voice is a little just not great. But I'm here. Watch WrestlePalooza. That's why we're kind of late today. It was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans or not, but yeah, WrestlePalooza, first of it, PLE on ESPN. Had to watch that. It was a decent show. Wasn't too bad, but did that. But let's get into it, guys. Happy Batman Day. It was not as eventful as I was hoping it would be for the Batman Day. I was kind of hoping that maybe James Gunn would release some fun information on what's going on in regards to the DCU Batman, maybe some little secrets, something, but he didn't. He didn't really do much of anything. Over the course of the week, there was some information that dropped, not just from him on the DCU Batman, but also from Matt Reeves on The Batman Part 2. So we're going to talk about that kind of stuff as well. Let's see here. Joining me, let's see if I can get him in here, is Derpy. Let's see if I can get him in. Let's see. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. You there, Derpy? I don't know if... I don't hear you. Hold on. You're muted. So difficult, I tell you. So difficult. Things just get difficult sometimes, I tell you. Assign. Just one. See if we go here. I'm trying the best I can. But let's see, while I'm trying to figure this out, who has joined us today? Guest has muted themselves. Okay. Guest has muted themselves. We got Trevon in here. He says, what's going on? What's going on, Trevon? Derpy, you there?
Can you hear me now?
I hear ya. I wonder... I hear you. I don't know if everybody else hears you, though.
Is that better?
I mean, you sound decent. I don't know if everybody else can hear you, though. So I'm hoping.
Gotcha.
Let me know in the chat if you guys hear Derpy. If not, we'll figure it out. Richard Lay, I think. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Says, I'm celebrating today by rewatching great Batman movies and replaying the Arkham games. That's a lot of stuff to have to do in one day. That's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Batman movies and a lot of Arkham game. But that's awesome. Trayvon says, late night show 3 times. I've watched Superman on HBO Max since Friday. That's crazy. That's a lot of watching Superman. Critic Chris says, hey Slav, what's going on? Richard says, the Batman 22 ages better than every comic book movie of the 20s. The only projects that match its quality are Gunn's DC projects. What was that?
Is that better? Can you hear me better?
I hear you fine. I just don't know if they can hear you. That's all.
Okay,
Let's see. Kevin Coe says, I'm replaying Arkham Knight right now, but hell, finally catching the stream live. Heck yeah, Kevin. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Donovan says, we got a good Lego Batman trailer. I mean, yeah, we got a Lego Batman, but I wanted something a little bit more, if you know what I mean. Like, I wanted something that was more substantial for Batman.
We wanted a casting. I'm joking.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted, yeah.
Same here, but Gunn, you likes to wait.
Donovan says, now it's finally put to rest. The two aren't merging. I was put to rest so long ago, though.
Okay, good. They hear me.
Good. Let's see. Richard Lai. I'm sorry. Year of Superman is absolutely this year. Agree, yeah. Hunter Iggy / Free Talking Derpy Entertainment. What's up, everyone? What's going on? We hear Derpy. Good. Jalen, I find it odd that people on Twitter are now saying Superman is bad, but I know they don't speak for everyone, so it is what it is. There's not a lot of people saying it's bad. It's just a certain group of people. We all know that.
A certain group, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the first story I want to talk about here real quick. First off, actually, Derpy, how did you spend your Batman day?
I did not watch anything Batman, unfortunately. I was busy all day, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was too. I was kind of busy.
I might finish the day playing off Arkham Origins after the pod, so
that's not bad. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I posted an article and a video on my channel celebrating Batman Day. Wanted to make sure I did that, but I didn't get a chance to watch anything Batman related, anything like that. I was busy. Dominique and I actually had a chance to send the kids to the grandmother's house, and we went out, and just by ourselves, we actually went shopping, which is so much easier to do without the kids. So
yes.
That's what we did. And then by the time we got home, picked up the kids, came home, got dinner cooked, and then I watched wrestling. So that's pretty much all I was able to do today. But yeah, regardless, I mean, I've seen the Batman movies, all of them, so many times with the exception of the Batman, but all of the other ones I've seen countless times. But yeah, like I said, I was really hoping that there'd be some information that dropped Batman related, but there wasn't. Anyways, the first story I want to talk about here, via Michael Rosenbaum. What was that?
Small detail last night.
Oh.
There was a small detail of information dropped last night, but you probably have that in a talk.
Yeah. So Michael Rosenbaum, via his Inside of You podcast, basically stated that he got to see something from the upcoming Supergirl movie. And
I'm like right by the power. What is going on with this thing, dude?
I don't know. He says, I think the new Supergirl is going to be good. I saw something.
Hold on, I gotta rejoin.
And I thought it was awesome. I was like, whoa, this is freaking cool. So there's that. I think that's pretty exciting to see and hear. Sure, Michael Rosenbaum is a... let me do this while Derpy's doing what he's doing. Michael Rosenbaum is a friend of James Gunn, so it makes sense that... Oh, he's back. Nope, he left. What is going on? It makes sense that he would get a chance to see it. He would talk highly of it and be excited about it. But for sure, excuse me, for sure, he's going to sit there and talk it up. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, he's just going to talk it up just to talk it up because of anything. Like, I'm sure he's going to talk it up because it's his friend's stuff. But I don't think he's going to not talk it up because if it's not good, he's probably not going to say anything. So there's that as well. Let's see if we can get him back in here. You there?
Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good now.
Okay.
It keeps muting me when I join.
That's weird. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
All right.
What
So
was the topic? Sorry, I lagged out.
Michael Rosenbaum got a chance to see some of Supergirl, and he says that
I did see
he thought
this.
it was awesome, and he said he was like, "Whoa, this is freaking cool."
Oh, that's sweet.
But I was saying, like, yeah, Michael Rosenbaum is James Gunn's friend, so obviously he is
Right.
going to kind of talk it up a little bit. But I always say this, like, he didn't have to say anything. You know, like, it's one of
Right,
those things, like, if he saw it and it wasn't good, he's not going to say anything. You know,
Right.
like, he saw something, he thought it looked great, so yeah, he's going to say, hey, I saw this, it looked great. Not because he's James Gunn's friend, but because he saw something and it looked great. So... But it's just exciting. I mean, we got this coming next year, so that's what's exciting to me.
I've been reading. I already read it, but I might read it again. Woman of Tomorrow. So like, it's a good good comic to read. All the issues are great. All our design is awesome. Everything, and I'm really excited for Supergirl.
Excuse me. Yeah, definitely check out Woman of Tomorrow if you haven't. It is a really good read for sure. Critic Chris says, didn't Supergirl wrap filming? Yeah, it wrapped a couple months ago. So it's wrapped. I mean, it's in
There is
post
a
production
couple
now. What's that?
There is a rumor that we might get something at Comic Con in New York, but I don't know if it's
Well,
true
James
or not.
Gunn.
Because I think Gunn just exactly. That's what I was about to bring up. He said he's not going now.
Yeah, he confirmed that they will not be at New York Comic Con, which is disappointing. But
Right.
I think James Gunn and DC right now, I think what they're doing is they're going to kind of do their own thing. I think
Right.
they're not going to count on the conventions right now for their big spectacles, at
Maybe
least for the
they'll
time
do,
being.
Maybe they'll do another DC thing. You know what I mean? Like a stream
Maybe.
again, like when they did in 2020.
Maybe, no, I'm thinking maybe just like how they did Superman. Like they did a week-long thing for Superman. I mean, I've been saying that for a while, that I expect that the marketing is going to be very similar for Supergirl that it was for Superman. Maybe not as, bombastic as it was towards the end, but at least in approach. So,
Right.
Probably November,
I don't know,
December.
like Barbie.
November, December, we'll get that first teaser. Then come,
Right.
January, we'll probably get a TV spot, like that kind of thing. Like in that order, we'll probably get a similar rollout, just because it worked well for Superman. And maybe they'll change some things. They'll tinker with it a little bit, see if something works a little better this way, something works a little, different this way. But I think we're going to see a similar rollout for Supergirl. So I wouldn't expect them to be utilizing the conventions right now. Believe it or not, it's expensive to do that kind of stuff. Because they have to fly out all the cast, they have to fly out all the executives, they have to set time aside, they have to do all this.
WP situation.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it is expensive to do all that. Plus, it takes time away from being on set, being able to be shooting these productions. So I'd rather them focus more on that, the production side, and putting the money into that than going to these conventions right now. I think once they start rolling and things get moving over the next few years, I think they'll start going to conventions at that point. But I think right now it's not needed. So,
Right. I would agree.
Kevin Coe says, "Bring back Fandom."
There's the comments.
The first one was the only good one.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Right. With that Batman teaser, regardless of the movie.
All right, here, I'm gonna
regardless of
pull
the
this
end
one up
outcome of
first.
the movie.
Kevin Davis says, "I finally watched Superman on HBO Max. Just okay film. Thunderbolts was better film, just lack action. Superman wasn't James Gunn's best work at all." Now, Kevin, I agree with you. My list for best superhero films this year has Thunderbolts above Superman. But that doesn't mean that Superman isn't a good film. I think it's a good film. I also agree that it's not James Gunn's best film. That, to me, still is the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So for me, like, I agree, but I like that you actually gave it a chance and watched it. I think everybody should, because I think if you give it a real shot and you actually sit down and watch it, you'll enjoy it. Bro?
Like,
What's up?
you were freezing a little bit again. I don't know when.
That's weird.
You were just freezing in general. But we're good.
Geez. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Next up. Am I freezing again? I tell you what. Okay.
Like, what's going on with this, man? Like,
I don't know. It's only whenever I have guests on. It's
every
really
time
weird.
I join.
I don't know. Like last week, I didn't have a guest on. Actually, the last couple shows I did without guests, it worked perfectly fine. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm hardwired in and everything. Like, I don't understand. Oh, you disappeared. And now he's back.
This is getting ridiculous, man.
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because a couple weeks ago when Comics Cuts and I, we were doing that video that we were talking about Lethal Geeks, and we tried to utilize his StreamYard. We were having the same issue, so it's definitely something on my side that there's an issue. I just don't know what's going on. Like, it doesn't make any sense because it just started recently. So it's not like the program I'm using, because I did start using a new program, because it's not my program if it was his StreamYard that was causing issues too. I don't get it. I just don't know. It's real annoying. It really is.
It's them solar flares.
Yeah, it's the solar flares. So Matt Reeves confirms that the Batman 2 is a DC Elseworlds project and not in the DCU. So this is what he has to say.
You hear that? You
And
hear
we're
that
working with them
merger
on this.
voice?
I mean, it's a DC, so like it's Elseworld, but it's DC, so it's theirs as well. So
There it is. There it is. Like, that's it. I don't know if you guys heard it.
There it is. We can get over Pattinson joining the DCU.
I mean, James Gunn has said it.
And I'm tired of hearing it.
Peter Safran has said it. And now Matt Reeves has said it. It's Elseworlds. It's DC. But it's over here. It's its own thing. It's Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Time to move on. It's done. It's over with. We don't need to sit there and freak out anymore about things. Or about begging for Pattinson to be part of the DCU, which I still think is
Trippy,
a terrible
man. Like,
idea.
I don't know why it's like this.
Am I good
It's
now?
gonna kick me again.
Is that what's happening? It kicks you out?
Re-
Is that you gone again?
Is it gonna kick?
Excuse me. Is that what happened? You get kicked out? No? Yes? Okay. Anyway, so I mean, at this point, it's like there's no more asking for Pattinson, which is great. We move on. James Gunn then talks about this week that I have guys I like. I have guys that are at the top of the list when talking about casting Batman in the DCU. So one actor in particular, he says, a pretty big star wants to be Batman. We've talked about it, but I don't think that's the case. Okay, that's interesting. So who could this big actor be? Because that's now going to be the question. That's going to be the talk of the town for quite some time. Who is this big actor? Who is going to be this potential Batman? Some people sit there and say, well, Brandon Sklenar. Well, is he a big actor? Is he the pretty big star that wants to be Batman? Personally, I'm not going to sit here and say he's a big star.
I'm not against it.
But he's on the rise.
Star.
He's on the rise.
Right.
But who else is a big star? Some people think.
I mean, you know my choice. You know my choice, but he's definitely not going to be Batman.
Some people think it could be someone like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a big star.
Yeah, that's
Some people think that it could be, what's his name from Supernatural? Can't think of his name right now.
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles. Yes, thank you.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a pretty big star, but again, he's
He's a B.
star.
He's a B tier.
Yeah. So for me, like I sit here and think he's talking pretty big
He's
star.
about a B tier.
And I would say Sklenar is probably B tier right now. But again, I think he's on the rise to being a little bigger. But what if it's, what's his face? Man, I just can't think right now. Derpy just keeps dropping. What if it is, what's his face from Top Gun? And he's in the new Running Man.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell, thank you. He's a big star.
He's actually one of my top picks for Batman. But I don't know if he'll do it. That's the thing.
What if he? But yeah, I mean,
He was actually my top fan cast. Besides Jake.
So honestly, some people here seem to think that it's definitely Sklenar. They say, not only does this confirm Sklenar probably has spoken to Gunn about it, it confirms that Brandon being on the list or at the top of the list for Batman is probably true.
It's not my Wi-Fi because I'm downstairs.
Also confirms Gunn was definitely watching 1923 for Brandon. Again, I think it's my side, dude. I don't think it's your side.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I
because
think,
I'm right by the router.
So what do you think? Like, I'd like to know what you think it could be, or who you think it could be. I'd love to know what you think.
Honestly, I don't know what Gunn's gonna do if it's not Glenn Powell, if it's not like a.
You there still? You disappear again. I think he disappeared. It's me. I'm there twice. Oh boy. He left again. I'm gonna try this way. Anyways. Excuse me. Let's see. What are you guys saying over here? You guys are talking about Superman. Superman, adrenaline rush for me. Critic Chris says YouTube sucks. It's not YouTube. This is something with my connection. That's so like basically for this to work, his stream's coming into my computer, and then both of it, everything is going out to YouTube, and there's an issue with it for some reason. I don't know what's going on. You there, Derpy?
I'm good, but continue the question. Sorry.
Well, I'm just coming down to okay, first off, who could it be? When do you think we'll hear something? And stuff like that. Because that's a good question. There was another thing that popped up today was, that I saw today. I don't know if it came up today, but I saw it was that the script is not finished, but
it's there.
But it's in process. Like the script is in process.
Yeah. And it's good.
And that it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at this point, like, we have to be close to getting some information on this movie.
Right.
I don't think we're going to get casting. I don't think we're going to get any casting.
No.
Because he's not going to cast until either A, the script
Probably
is done, or B, when Batman needs to be cast in an upcoming movie. Like I said,
right.
He may pop up in Man of Tomorrow. And if that's the case,
I say Clayface.
He may. Well, Clayface is shooting, so if they haven't cast him for Clayface, like if they would have cast him for Clayface, or if he's in Clayface, they probably would have cast him by now.
You're right. You're right.
You know,
but like the Thanos thing.
Maybe.
I mean, like,
what is going on? Why is my computer being stupid?
It could be. We'll
There we
see.
go. Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe. That's for sure.
Glenn Powell is like my top choice because he's young and upcoming, and he's a star. What's it called? But personal preference, I want Gyllenhaal, but that's probably not gonna happen because he's old and probably too short. Um, but I don't know what Gunn's gonna do, honestly. I mean, it's my favorite character, mostly everyone's favorite character when it comes to DC. But like, it's hard, especially because we had so many actors before that now that it's hard it's gonna be complicated what kind of version Gunn's gonna go for because mostly we've seen it all mostly on everything in Batman history. We pretty much gotten every version from the comics.
Yeah,
But
maybe. But
maybe
no,
most to a degree.
yeah.
But
No.
like, I think it'll probably be around like maybe like Supergirl when it releases, and then we'll probably get news on Batman
That's so far
when it
away.
releases.
I don't know.
I know.
Like, I have a feeling because he was talking I think it was this week. He was also mentioning about how they're about to greenlight a new TV show. So
Probably Booster Gold.
yeah, so they're going to greenlight a TV show. My guess is obviously when they greenlight stuff, that doesn't mean they're going to announce it. All right, that's one thing that people need to understand is just because they greenlight something behind the scenes does not mean that it's going to be announced to the public.
It's either Waller or it's Booster Gold.
Yeah, just because they greenlight it, that just means that they're pushing forward with it behind the scenes. And once they're ready to announce it, after that, then they'll announce it. So it could still be, they could greenlight it this week, or they could have greenlit it last week. Who knows when that interview happened? They could have greenlit it, and we may not find out about it until New Year's or after the New Year or something like that. So keep that in mind. But I think when it comes to Batman, we know it's coming, so it's not like we need an announcement for Batman. I think people want to know two main things. I'll say three main things. I think they want to know three main things. Yeah. One is who's going to play Batman. Number one. Who's going to
play Batman? That's the number one.
Two, who's directing Batman?
Right.
So who's directing this movie? And three, when the hell is it coming out? I think those are the three big things that people want to know. And they don't have the answer to any of those. So what's the point about why even talk about that kind of stuff at all? James Gunn talking about, I have some ideas, I have some thoughts, but he's also talked about how it's important for the director of the movie to be included in the casting. So when it comes down to it, that may not happen. Like those ideas that he has in his head, it may come down to, hey, I like this guy, but the director goes, you know what, I actually prefer this person, and the director may convince James Gunn that it's this other person that they should get. So, I mean, that's kind of how it could play out. So, in the time, for the time being, I think, we all want to know, but I think once the script is done, and they have, definitely when they have a director fully attached to it, and a release date, I think they'll announce that. And then I think, and I still believe that we'll have a Batman before that. I do think we'll have a Batman before that, because I really believe he's going to be in Man of Tomorrow. I do. I don't know. All right. So let's talk a little Peacemaker. Let's do that, because did you watch this week's?
It's a hunger world.
You watched this
I did watch it, Slav. I did watch it.
Good.
Yes.
Man. This was an episode. Damn it. This was an episode that. Yeah, I'm all right. This stupid cough. This was an episode that aggravated
it was one of the
me.
stronger episodes.
It actually aggravated me a little bit. Okay. Because it felt like there was more. They should have done more with it. Like it was only, I know, like it was only 37 minutes long.
It was the shortest episode, I think.
Yeah, and the
It did feel
ending.
rushed.
I'm a stickler for, like, I love cliffhanger endings and that's what this was. It was great, but to me, it was kind of like I wanted more. Like, specifically like
To be continued.
No, I love the to be continued type of stuff. I like that kind of stuff. But to me, like with the whole Eagly stuff, like I felt like
It was
they could've-
unnecessary.
See, I felt they could have expanded on it more. And they should have had that storyline go on longer. Because with it being so short, I agree. Because it was short, it was a little more unnecessary because of how short it was. Had it gone on longer, I think that they could have done more with it and made it more necessary.
Right.
But yes, it felt a little unnecessary because of how short it was. But it was all interesting.
That big gun felt like a Looney Tunes episode.
I don't know if you listen to the podcast they do, but that's a real life gun.
I know.
Because they talked about that. But when I sit there and so this episode, the way it starts off, Peacemaker, meets Harcourt in the park there.
Yeah.
And I love how he like sneaks around. He just knows, to sneak around like he does. Awesome. But when he gets there, and there's this whole stuff going on with him and Harcourt, and he's like, I can get out of here. And he goes to leave, but, obviously they surround him.
Uh-huh.
Everything that happens there, that's all great. Like, I love that whole scene. That scene's great. Harcourt takes him down because Bordeaux find out that she's a cyborg and all this kind of stuff. All of that, great. Get him into Argus, everything with Economist, like, all of that is great. All of that could have been longer, could have been expanded on more.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I felt like everything that's going on
rushed.
there, it felt rushed. Exactly. Like, everything in this episode felt rushed. It was like boom, 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 boom. Like, get here, get here, get here, get here, get here, get here, get here. Everything was like rushed to get to that ending. And that was my problem with this episode.
I think Gunn only directed a couple episodes of Peacemaker season 2, right?
What's that?
I think Gunn only directed a couple episodes of season 2, right?
Yeah.
This is probably one of them that he didn't.
He did not do this one, no. But that's not, I mean, I don't know how much of the script they edited out. Because he edits every episode.
Right.
So who knows what they edited out of this episode. Because like I said, it just felt so rushed to me. Like everything, like I said, the beginning up through Argus, like up to when they get to Argus, that beginning's perfect. When they get in Argus, it just moves so fast. All the little stuff we get's great. But it just moves so fast. And then once they go to back to the cabin, and he gets back to the cabin and he goes to leave, like everything just goes so fast. It's so rushed. The Eagly stuff was fast. What's that?
First 2 episodes were slow to me.
See, I thought every episode this whole season has been great. I felt like every episode had something about it that, even if the episode wasn't like overly fantastic, there was something in it that was great.
Right.
This is the only episode to me that felt like, yes, there were parts of it that I liked, but nothing felt great because nothing was expanded on like it should. Like, even whenever they could have, when he went to the other dimension, maybe let him like show us a little more instead of that little montage. Like, I know that he really wanted to use Guns N' Roses at that point in time and have a montage of things going on this dimension, Earth 1, and that Earth, and showing the differences, and show how Peacemaker is, with the top trio, and they take down the kaiju and everything like that. But show more. Show something more. Show him being loved. Show him having a blast being Peacemaker there. Not just one scene. Show more of it. And that, I think, would have done a lot more to enhance why he went over there. It just, to me, everything felt
darn well
rushed.
what Earth that is, though. You know darn well.
Well, yeah, I know why. Yeah. But they could get around that still. They could.
Oh, great. It's frozen again.
They could definitely get around that. So what are your thoughts on this past episode? And everybody in the comments, let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about Peacemaker. So let me know what you guys thought about the episode. We'll pull those comments up here in a second. But Derpy, tell me a little bit what you thought about this latest episode.
I thought it was pretty solid, but like you said, it was rushed. There wasn't, like you said also, there wasn't really anything to expand upon or to excite me really going into the next episode, I guess. But it was solid to me, but like I would say it's about a 7 or a 6 out of 10. It was solid, but not the strongest episode of the season. I'll say that.
Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't sit here and say it was a terrible episode. I just think it was the weakest. Like last week was the weakest of the season, but this is now the weakest of the season.
Weakest. Yeah, I would agree.
Because last week I really liked the Harcourt stuff. Like I really liked what they did with Harcourt last week, whatever. This week, though, this episode definitely was weak. But I also do like what they did with Vigilante, because
that was cool.
Because they, that note that Peacemaker leaves, he doesn't mention Vigilante in it at all. First of all, so he doesn't mention Vigilante. He mentions Adebayo, he mentions Harcourt, but he doesn't mention Vigilante. And Vigilante shows this emotion there, and he's really emotional. And then he has this moment with Adebayo, which, and I picked up on this because of the podcast, because I listened to the podcast, but he's never really been emotional at all. Not only that, but he's also, him and Adebayo are always at odds with each other. But he has this emotional moment with Adebayo there, which is really interesting. So, and then you see the preview for next week, and you're like, oh, I see where they're going with this. I see where they're going with it. With those two. So it's definitely going to be fun next weekend for sure.
Yes. Watch Mr. Gold show up.
Ron6751 says, "Hey, I'm just here to wish you a happy Batman Day." Batman.
Batman.
Thank you, man.
So you know darn well what Earth that is, man.
Oh, I know.
Everybody here pretty much probably knows now what the amount of videos everyone's theorizing.
Trayvon says, "For
that
Peacemaker
is
season
such a
2.
wild. That would be such a wild twist if that's true, though.
Yeah. Peacemaker season 2. There's a hidden meaning to the lyrics there. Do you think so? Critic Chris says, "I hate cliffhanger endings. I like to be continued endings as they're more assuring the story will be finished up." Look, I say this all the time. My favorite cliffhanger ending of all time is the ending of the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Absolutely love that ending.
Oh yeah.
Because Jack Sparrow just has been taken down with the ship. Everybody's at odds, and like they're at odds. They just don't know, like, what are we gonna do? There's no Jack Sparrow. The Black Pearl's gone. What are we gonna do? They're at the crazy witch lady, and they're like, okay, what can we do? And she's like, "I think I have a captain who can help." And comes walking down the stairs as Captain Barbossa from the first movie. And he's just eating an apple and like, "What have you done with my ship?" And you just know, you're like, holy crap, this next movie is going to be phenomenal because Barbossa's back. And I literally, when I first saw that in the theater, because I saw it opening weekend in the theater, it was me and a couple friends. And that moment happened. I literally jumped out of my seat and went, yes! Arms up and everything. I was so freaking excited. So that's like my favorite cliffhanger of all time. So that's me.
And then the third one just happened. The third one was kind of okay, but it wasn't the best.
I enjoy it, but it's not the best now.
Right.
Trayvon says, episodes 6 and 8 are uncharted territory. Episodes I'm very fascinated to see the outcome of. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to pop up in these episodes.
Booster Gold.
People theorize Booster Gold. Some are saying Blue Beetle, but Ted Kord, Blue Beetle. Superman. Some are saying the Earth X version of Superman and things like that, which would be Ultraman, So it's very, very bizarre, some of the things that people are saying. Because you have to sit there and say, like, no guess is bad right now.
Right.
Really, it's not.
It's not out of context, basically. There's no. It's
Johnny
anybody's guess, really.
Yeah. Johnny Dome Studios did a collab with Cascadian at was fun. Well, that's awesome. Johnny Dome also says, from now on, new Peacemaker episodes will be mystery from everyone, which is great. I love that.
Great, yes.
Trayvon says, that's the one thing I hear about DCU I'm honestly a huge fan of. It's fast. It's not a waste of time. That's what undid the DCEU for me. Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between fast-paced and fast storytelling, I guess. Because you can do fast storytelling and...
That's valid, Trayvon. That's valid.
You can do fast storytelling.
It's a personal preference.
Yeah, but you can do fast storytelling and, have a good story, thought-out story, and everything be done well. Or you can just do something that's fast-paced and you just don't feel fulfilled. And that's what I kind of feel like happened in that episode is I didn't feel fulfilled at the end of that episode. I felt like everything was just rushed through. It was just like everything was half-assed. It was just kind of like, man, like I wanted more to that. I wanted more to that. I wanted more to that.
I would agree with that.
And James Gunn is typically really good at writing scripts to the point where you never feel unfulfilled. You never feel like it's too much or too little. So to me, I feel like something was done in editing or something was done that they just wanted to get through this episode for some reason. I don't know what it was. I don't, because it felt so fast. I just don't know what it was.
It's kind of interesting what they're going to do next, though. We have no idea from now on.
We don't. We really don't. Kevco says this episode was just okay, but I have never looked forward to an episode of this show more because of the setup. Yeah. It seems like this next episode is going to have probably our first big surprise.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that this next episode is going to be the one that gives us a cameo. I don't think that's going to happen in this episode.
They're going to be 7 or 8.
I think this episode is going to be the reveal of what this planet is, or this dimension universe is.
Yes.
And then I think 7 is going to show a major death.
Yeah, consequences.
And then I think 7's going to show a major death and another character that we've seen before that hasn't been in Peacemaker. And then 8's going to show another cameo. Maybe 2.
And establish the universe.
So, that's what I think is going to happen. That's my theory.
But what's her name? Jennifer Holland, right?
Yeah.
Did you see her comments?
What was she saying?
She said basically these next 3 episodes are going to be, there's going to be consequences in these next 3 episodes. For the universe in general. For the DCU.
Well, I heard a really good theory. Really interesting theory. because everybody's trying to figure out, like, how does Lex get involved?
Right.
Because I think Lex is going to be involved. What if it's
Well, he was sent to Belle Reve.
what if it's Rick Flag goes and gets Lex to open up the portal, and he gets Lex to open it, and that's how Rick Flag gets in. Because I do think that Rick Flag is going to see his son in the alternate dimension. I do think that's going to happen.
Right. That's a good theory, Slav.
I didn't come up with it. I'm not taking credit for it. I heard it somewhere else. It's not my theory. I heard it somewhere else. But I think it is a good theory. I think it is a very good theory that, because he mentions Belle Reve earlier, didn't he? Didn't he say he has someone at Belle Reve or something like that?
I think so.
So he could utilize Lex, because Lex knows how to open these portals, these dimension, these whatever they're called, and he'll probably try and utilize him into opening them.
Let's just get G.I. Robot.
See, some people are thinking that. That's another theory people have.
That would be cool if we get a live action G.I. Robot. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But it's very low chances.
Critic Chris says, when I say cliffhanger endings, I refer to something like 90s Spider-Man ended without knowing how we get MJ back. And Terminator, the series, yeah. And I should probably enlarge that so we can see everything. Season 2 ended on a cliffhanger, that sort of thing. Yeah, the problem is, like, cliffhangers are typically... It's when something ends with, open-ended, where something is going to happen. Like, we know something's going to happen. TV shows do that all the time because they don't know if they're going to get renewed for another season, typically. So, yeah, I get why you wouldn't like them with TV shows. I get it. I mean, it happens with TV shows a lot. Movies, though, I mean, like my favorite one with Pirates, the third Pirates movie was already greenlit. It was already happening. So, that one happening was perfectly fine. Even another good one, and it's not really a cliffhanger ending, but it's a good setup. It's kind of like a minor cliffhanger ending, is even Batman Begins, when Gordon's like showing the Joker card. It's not really a cliffhanger, but it's a major setup, and it could have led nowhere because we could have never gotten the next movie, but we did. So that kind of stuff, I like that. That kind of stuff, for sure. People also will always go back to The Empire Strikes Back as, a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
So, but yeah, I mean, TV shows are rough because you never know. Sometimes a show... Look, that Dexter show recently was greenlit for another season, and then it got canceled. So sometimes that even happens. So you never know.
Unbelievable.
Kevco asks, will Adebayo die? Because, Nazis? Excuse me. I think somebody is going to die. I think one of the 11th Street kids are going to die. I will give my theory on who it will be. Actually, I'm not going to give my theory on who it will be. I'll give you I'll give them in order on most likely to least likely. Most likely, number 1 is Vigilante. I think number 1, Vigilante. Number 2 is Economos. Number 3 is Adebayo. Number 4 is Harcourt. Number 5 is Peacemaker. Number 6 is Eagly. That's the order I would go in. That's just my thought. What's that?
Not even John? You don't think John?
Economos?
Is that his name?
Yeah, John Economos. Yeah, he was my number... He's my number 2.
Number 2? Okay.
Yeah. So, that's how I think it'll go down. I think it's either Vigilante, Economos, Adebayo, Harcourt, Cena, or Peacemaker, and then last, Eagly. Eagly, yeah. So, I also think there's a chance that outside of the 11th Street Kids, I think there's a chance that Flurry, Tim Meadows' character, could die. So that's a possibility as well.
What if they all die?
Well, that would suck. Yeah, some people think Judo Master is going to die. I saw that Johnny Dome saying Judo Master might die first. It's a possibility. Chris says, I agree. TV shows you don't know, and movies, they're most likely to conclude them. So wild theory. It's not really a wild theory. Derpy, What do you think is going to happen next week on Peacemaker? Do you think, we saw the preview. I don't know if you saw the preview. I saw the preview. So we've seen the preview.
I saw the preview.
So what do you think is going to happen? Like, what do you think is good? Because this is the crazy. This is where nobody knows what's going to happen. What do you think is the crazy thing that is going to be revealed? Who do you think someone will be revealed? Like, what do you think is going to happen next week?
I think you had the nail. You put the nail in the coffin. Basically, I think it's going to reveal what Earth this is, and we're going to figure out. And probably someone will probably die.
You think somebody will?
But
it won't be an 11th Street Kid. I think if anybody dies, it'll probably be Judo Master next week. If anybody dies, that's for sure. What'll be interesting is to see how Peacemaker handles that little bit of information, for sure. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how this next episode plays out, because I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
I got a feeling, I don't know why, but like, I just got a grudge against. I think Booster Gold's gonna show up in one of these episodes, but that's just me. I just have a gut feeling that he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Then there's the people who think that, it could be Ted Kord, Blue Beetle. Some people think that that's who Kumail Nanjiani is actually playing, is Ted Kord. So that'd be interesting. Not Booster Gold. That it was all misdirection. So, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Only Gunn.
Only Gunn knows. Gunn. And the people who were in the episodes.
Yeah.
Kevco says, I think Peacemaker's dad or bro kills Judo Master. That's probably how it'll be. I think it'll probably be his dad. I think that's who it'll probably be. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Judo Master, like, doesn't, or it could even be something crazy where, like, Judo Master, like, severely injures his brother, like, really, like, mauls up his brother a good bit, and maybe even kills his brother, and then his dad comes in and, like, kills Judo Master, and this all happens in front of Peacemaker, and, like, he's, like, losing his mind or something, and still doesn't, like, pick up on this whole thing that this Earth is a crazy, like, alternate reality that's evil, and it doesn't register until Adebayo is in there and they start going after her, and I think that's when it's going to start to click for him, and even then it might take a minute. So that could be something that happens. I don't know, just kind of spitballing. Just be interesting though.
That's not a bad theory.
I don't know, but I think I'm going to call it a night here. My throat's starting to hurt. I'm running out of water. Hopefully I'm feeling better for Monday night to do a regular Slabs Free Talk show on Monday night. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, Avenger stuff, Marvel stuff. So definitely I'm planning on doing a show on Monday, because missing 1 week just put me way behind on that. And then back to the Watchtower next week. Hopefully we get some more information on DC stuff, DC related things. We got about 25 more minutes left in Batman Day, people, so enjoy it. Get some Batman content in if you can. Enjoy the day. If you haven't, go check out my video on my channel about Batman. I kind of just go over why I fell in love with Batman and why I think he is the greatest superhero. It's a really cool video. I enjoyed making it. So go check that out. And then leave in the comments why you love Batman and why you think he might be the best superhero. If you do, Or if you don't, I don't care. Whatever. But, Derpy, where can people find you? You still there?
They can find me here on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can find me here on YouTube, Derpy Entertainment. Also, the Average Boys podcast, Two Dumb Yinzers podcast. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You are. Yes.
Uh-oh.
You're there. You're here. You're good. I can hear you. Still there? No? I think Derpy left.
I
You there?
froze again.
You're here. Hello? You disappeared.
No, we're here. We're here. We're here.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. Sorry, we're good. We're here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Derp. You can find me here on YouTube, Derpy Entertainment, the Average Boys podcast, and the Two Dumb Yinzers podcast on YouTube. Twitch, you can find me on Twitch, Derpy Entertainment. Instagram, Dirtman2929. The same for Twitter, I believe, Dirtman2929. And on Kick, Random Derpster.
Perfect.
And
Well,
then
thanks.
one more. TikTok, Dr. Derpy. Sorry.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight. Talked Batman, talked Peacemaker. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And with all that said, I will catch all of you next week. See ya.
No, Batman.